This is the day. Real ID requirements in effect now at airports across the country. The requirement was set shortly after the September 11th terrorist attacks, but with all of the state coordination that was necessary to boost ID requirements, there was delay after delay after delay in making it mandatory. We'll talk about that in a moment. We've also got something else that air travelers are buzzing about this week. Delays and cancellations stacking up again this morning at Newark Airport with no immediate relief in sight for that shortage of air traffic controllers. Clint Henderson with us this morning. He is managing editor with the travel website, The Points Guy. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Real ID. Everybody had made it seem like you had to get the driver's license by today if you have a flight today. They walked that back a little bit yesterday.
So it's really interesting. I've been covering this for years. I actually did not think it might happen this time around again. I thought they'd kick the can down the road. But if you read the rules they published, they actually put in some wiggle room of 2 years. So technical enforcement doesn't have to be done for 2 years. That said, if you don't have a Real ID compliant ID, they can refuse you entry. So, and you will get subject to extra screening, et cetera, et cetera. So we're sending reporters out in the field to test it out. So we'll see what happens today.
They're going to try to go with an old driver's license and see what else they get asked for.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the bottom line is just figure it out. Go.
Isn't it going to be like everything else, though, where sometimes you get the guy that wants to really give you a hard time, and another time it's like, oh, so what, who cares?
Bingo.
No, no guarantees, right?
No guarantees. And, what I'm telling people is, look, if you have a non-compliant ID, bring your birth certificate, bring your social security card, a bank statement, all the stuff you would need to get a Real ID to begin with. Have some backup just in case.
Yep. Proof of residence seems to be one thing they're talking about.
Yeah.
So if you have a bank statement, if you have a utility statement, I guess just have an envelope with some paperwork and cross your
Exactly.
fingers.
In fact, I have to bring all that stuff because I'm not Real ID compliant, even though I cover this stuff. I know,
Oh my
but
God.
I couldn't get an appointment.
You didn't know about the deadline?
It's so hard to get an appointment and to find that spot.
I hope someone shows up today and is like, the points guy isn't even ready.
But do you have a global entry card?
I do.
Because that works.
That works. If you have an enhanced driver's license, your social security, your passport card, I have that too. So
because I think the nice thing about the driver's license is it's probably in your wallet already. Where passport, if I bring a passport on a domestic trip, then I got to worry about losing my passport.
But that passport card is a really good thing to get when you get your passport. Get the passport card too.
Yeah, and then that serves as your federally compliant ID.
Exactly.
Okay. Newark Airport, we've been talking about this all morning. You said Brian had a flight from Newark Airport yesterday?
Yeah, he flew to London last night, but all day yesterday, I was like, are you ready for this? I was nervous because of the air traffic control. We were getting so many new details, and it was frightening.
There are two issues, and let's separate them.
Yeah.
One is the ability of the controllers and the runways to handle the number of flights that go in and out of Newark.
Yep.
And the other is the outright safety. Do the controllers have the ability to actually see all those flights, and does the equipment allow them to do what they have to do? Let's talk about schedule first, because United, which is so dependent on this airport, has actually cut some of its flights voluntarily.
Yeah, they've cut 35 flights a day, which is 10% of their flights. So that's quite a substantial cut. They don't want to do that. This has been an ongoing problem for years, literally years, partly why they moved some of the air traffic controllers from New York to Philadelphia. That caused all kinds of other problems. So this has been ongoing. But now you've got essentially 25 of their most experienced workers out on leave for trauma. And so that's causing what was already a shortage to be even exasperated. So,
But so are you telling people, given the option, don't go with Newark?
We are. Not only because of the safety issues, but also because of the delays and cancellations. It just feels like, you're better off just not doing it if you don't have to.
So just pick a LaGuardia flight or a JFK flight instead.
Yeah, and in fact, United has offered a waiver so you can fly out of LaGuardia or Philadelphia if you're on a United flight through at least to the 17th.
But what's the thing that makes it better? Is it Sean Duffy saying he's going to hire more air traffic controllers? Is that a fix fast enough for summer?
No.
I mean, yeah, right. Not until they're actually on the job.
This
and
has
trained,
they've been trying to train folks and get people to go to Philadelphia to do these jobs for years. And it was a priority of the previous administration, but you can see it hasn't been fixed, and there's no short-term fix. It takes a long time to train folks. Some of the people they train get into the job and then hate it and are stressed out and they quit. So it's an issue.
Also, nobody wants to go to Philadelphia.
Apparently.
Dude.
Why?
Dude.
She's from
The city of brotherly love. Come on.
Clint, I knew I liked you.
A quick headline on summer travel related to the economy. Does it mean there's bargains because fewer people are traveling, or are the airlines just trimming their schedules?
So the airlines are trimming their schedules, but it doesn't go into effect until the fall. And so all those seats are available to be sold, and they're not selling as well as they were. We're seeing prices drop.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a lot of deals this summer. So if you haven't booked yet, there's still time, and points and miles availability will be wide open.
Will you make us jealous for a second? Do you have a big summer trip planned?
I do. I just booked. American Airlines is offering their brand new suite in business class from Chicago to London, 55,000 American Airlines miles. So I booked that like this for July.
Well done.
That does make me a little jealous. Yeah, good job.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
Good to see you both.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.